All right, last part of section 7.6 deals with solving natural log equations and equations involving the natural base e. Let's do some simplification first. You notice these math problems don't have equal signs. Letter A, write that down, please. First of all, if we're going to simplify this, remember that the natural log ln and e to the x, these two things cancel each other out. They undo each other. They're opposite processes. So the first thing I notice is in this problem, natural log of e. Well, they're going to cancel each other out, which always leaves you with the number 1. Plus, I notice in this fraction, natural log of e is on top divided by 6. Well, the top part becomes 1 divided by 6. And there you go. All I got to do is add the two together. 1 plus 1/6 is 7/6. I just simplified problem A. Problem B. Let's use properties of natural logs, which are the same as properties of logs. I notice that there's a 5 out front. I need to simplify this, or in other words, write it as 1 log, so my power's got to go back. So I'm going to have the natural log of x to the 5th power minus the natural log of 2. Minus. Minus means when we put it together as one natural log, you divide the two quantities. So I'm going to have x to the 5th on top divided by 2 on the bottom, and I have just simplified my problem. These properties work for natural logs just like they do normal logs. Now let's solve some equations. Here's a natural log equation. All right, well, the first thing I notice, it's got a 2 out front. Well, the 2 is going to become the power of everything on the inside of the natural log. So I'm going to put that 2 back, and I'm going to get natural log of 3x in parentheses squared minus the natural log of 2 is equal to 4. Well, just like I did the previous problem, we got a minus sign. That means I got to put this stuff and this stuff together as 1 log. So I'll get the natural log of 3x squared. That divided by 2 is equal to 4. I now have it down to 1 log. How do you undo the natural log? How do you undo, how do you undo ln, or natural log? Well, just like the log function, you got to remember the base is e. So I'm going to raise both sides in blue, become my exponents, to my base e. E undoes natural log. So in the circle, those two things are going to cancel out. Well, what does that leave me? It leaves me with 3x on top squared divided by 2 is equal to e to the 4th power. But e to the 4th power, if you type that in your calculator, e to the 4th power is 54.59, etc. Goes on forever. Well, now I just solve this equation. 3x squared divided by 2 equals 54.59. Draw my balance scale. The first thing I do is times by 2, and I get 3x squared equals 109.196 if I times both sides by 2, so that they cancel out. All right, now I need some more room. I'm going to go over here. So I have 3x, both in parentheses, squared equals 109.196. Well, since the square is on the outside, I need to do the square root of both sides. So that cancels out, and I get 3x equals the square root of 109.196, which is 10.4497. And finally, I divide both sides by 3. And I get my answer, x equals 3.483. That is the answer to my problem. One more. Now an e, natural base e. 2e to the x plus 7 power equals 14. Well, we're going to draw our balance scale line. And we're going to get rid of everything that is outside the exponential part. That means I need to divide both sides by 2, which will leave me e to the x plus 7 power equals 7. Now, again, what undoes e? Well, that would be the natural log. So I'm going to do the natural log of both sides. Because ln and e cancel out, which will bring my power down, and I have x plus 7 equals the natural log of 7. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now x plus 7 equals the natural log of 7, which I believe is 1.946. And all I got to do is minus 7 to both sides. And I find out that x is equal to negative 5.054. That's my value that will solve this problem with the base e. And I hope that answers your questions, but that's how you finish up section 7.6.